What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Of course, when these movies come out, such as Woman King and The Color Purple, I like to check out what black men online are saying about it. And a lot of black men, when these sorts of movies are going to be concerned with one thing: how black men are going to be portrayed. One of my good colleagues in arms, the Honorable T.S.N. Johnson, I'm seeing he has a live stream set up, a black masculinist review of The Color Purple. So I know it will be a fair review, but I also can understand that he will really be keen on how black men were portrayed in the movie. And this is the case when any of these black films that come out with, it's written by Alice Walker, but of course there are key stars in the movie Fantasia. You have Halle Bailey, there's Taraji P. Henson, and of course, I believe Oprah has something to do with this remake. And black men will sit there and then they will ask, what about us? Okay, what about us? And this movie sold, I don't know, like $20 million the first weekend. It did fairly well. And so my question is, what about you? What about you? And the late great Kevin Samuels used to say something that I thought was important. The black man must be concerned about his image. And I'm going to tell you why I believe a lot of black men are failing. We're failing as a group. Because whenever somebody is depicting the black man in a way in which he doesn't like to be depicted, you will hear the black man complaining a lot about that. He doesn't like that. He feels that this is disrespectful to him. He doesn't understand why it is happening. He doesn't get it. And the reason why you don't get it is because it's not for you to understand. See, let me explain something to you. You don't understand, but you need to understand one thing: that it's up to you to depict what you want to see. And the black man is simply not invested in that. Black women are invested in that. The black man is more invested on complaining about why nobody depicts him in the way that he should be depicted, whether it's Marvel, whether it's black women themselves, Oprah, whoever else. The black man he has all the time to push back on that. But he also has money. He also has an economy. He also has the ability to go out there and add value to his group. There's nobody that's stopping black men. And I'll tell you, as a guy that has been in this community, in the black YouTube content space, or even in the black manosphere at one time for a long time, got a lot of support, met a lot of great people personally. Some have even come all the way to Uganda to meet me. Brother LAR Movement, Brother Jay Shine. I've met some of these brothers personally, guys who've done some very nice things for me. And the black man wants to talk about doing something and he doesn't want to do it. And so when he can't do it or he doesn't do it and somebody doesn't, hold his hand to do the things that he would like to see, it's, I'm tired of dealing in black America. Let me go somewhere else. It's, there's an excuse for it. And at one point, will black men just stop making the excuse? This is going to be largely unpopular. I wish I cared. I just don't. I really don't. Because you have the talent. You have the money. We have the money. Kevin Samuels showed just on live streams how much support he was getting. And once he was getting so much support from the brothers, you saw the women coming in supporting. So I don't want to hear that, I can't do X, Y, and Z. We're not able to do this. It just sounds like you're just not serious. And I really wish that black men would say, we're just not serious. We don't really want to be taken seriously as a group. We'd rather be taken seriously as individuals. And that's really what we're concerned about. Anything else is not so important. We don't want to be taken seriously as a group. We don't really care about that. We just want to pretend that we do care about it, even though we don't. And just say that and get it over with. Just say it. Just say it, Say that and get it over with. That way people can just understand, like, okay, this guy right here, this guy is not really that serious. So, we just need to know that he's not that serious, and that's okay. But black men won't do that. They won't do anything to change what's happening. But at the same time, they want the right to complain. And guy, I'm here to tell you, Oprah Winfrey doesn't care about your complaining. She just doesn't. Okay. The person who made Woman King, whoever the hell that was, they don't care. All right. They just don't. Either you're going to get out there and compete or shut up. Viola Davis doesn't give a damn about you. These ladies have production companies. They can gain money. They invest in what they do. Do you brothers invest in what you do? I'm not talking about you as an individual. I'm talking about you as a group. Do you do that? You're not serious. And when you're not serious and the world realizes that you're not serious, you have an attitude with people. You have the unmitigated gall to sit there and cry about how somebody depicts you, how somebody terrorizes your character. Listen, nobody knows black men like we know each other. We know that most black men are hardworking. We know that most black men are decent people in the economy. We know that black men have more skill set and more abilities than what people want to give us credit for. So what does any group that want to get credit for what they do? They create their own stories. Every group does that. The South Koreans did that. The Arabs in Dubai did that. Now everybody's going to Dubai. They created their own story, so everybody else bought it. Okay? Colombia was in the depths of hell just 30 years ago. And to this certain extent still is. But they told their own story. Now it's the #1 destination of the passport bros, even though they're going out there getting drugged. All right? They told their story. We don't tell our story. We don't even trust each other to even get 10 minutes of the story done without arguing and fighting amongst each other. We can't even do that. So when the black women and these other people against us can do that, well then it should come to your mind that, wait a minute, where is our grasp of community? Do we have it? We should take light of that. We don't have any kind of ability to want to even have the community. We don't want it, but we want to be depicted. And do you know who that sounds like? It sounds like somebody entitled and delusional. Yes, like somebody on Kevin Samuel's show. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you want everything for nothing. We sound just like those delusional ladies out there who have a hard time getting what they want and they don't want to put any effort into it. You want to change the black man's image? It takes work, all right? It takes working with people who are hard to work with sometimes. It takes investing into something that you might not see returns in right away. It takes in a whole lot of working with the community and learning how to work with people who are hard to work with. That's what it takes. And we know we don't want to put that kind of time and effort in. We want to talk about the problems. We don't really want to be a solution to it. So we should admit that. Black men should admit that. Largely we want to have our voices heard and not have anything invested into why somebody should care about us. That's what we want to do. We don't want to be change makers. We want to be shit talkers, while the women and their allies create their own narratives about us and them and who they are on the pecking order. Whoever produces it produces the story. But because we don't have any trust and any accountability in our group, we can't get collaboration. That's the biggest issue. You forget about the color purple. What about you don't have trust and collaboration amongst black men? How about that as the biggest issue? We all know it. That's the issue. And now we're upset. Whenever somebody does it, we're upset. No, we got to stop being unaccountable like the people that we criticize. Stop lying about this and face the facts. It's always going to be like this until we do something about it. And if we don't want to do anything about it, we need to shut up talking about it and just go in the corner and be quiet. Because nobody respects people who talk all day. They just don't. You don't have any investment. You're not paying for anything. Sit down and shut up. That's how the world looks at us. And we're mad at that. We have expendable income. We have money. I damn sure see it with you guys, and you're taking your trips and when you're buying your cameras and when you're tricking on your girls and Jordans. We see that then. But when it comes to your own image and building a community with your brothers, we don't have that money, do we? No, we don't. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.